It's my birthday.
The morning of June 19th, I woke up on Sunflower Ferry and had left Osaka and traveled 13 hours and was on another part of Japan called Beppu. Beppu is known as a famous hot spring town, so that means the town itself is situated on multiple steamy springs. In fact, as you're walking through the town, you can see the steam just rise from the ground around you. And it's known for 7 natural hot springs called the 7 Jigakus, or 7 Hells of Beppu, which I explored this day. And by the way, it also happened to be my 37th birthday. So come celebrate an amazing day with me and see the mysterious wonders of the hot springs.
Here's some of the breakfast stuff. Alright, here's my breakfast that I already kind of started eating. I did have a little sausage and some eggs. The sausage I didn't really care for. I got a little bit of grilled mackerel, some quinqueria and burdock root salad, a little meatball, some potato salad. Not quite sure what this is. Then this looks like a matcha bowl and a croissant with some strawberry jam and a little salad to start, and of course some green tea. And as you can see, we are slowly approaching land, but we still got a little bit before we get there.
All right, not only is it a beautiful Thursday morning, but it's my birthday. I'm 37 now, and I'm in Beppu. I made it here on the ferry, dropped off my bag at my hotel, and now I'm about to go explore. Once I can see that it is safe to cross, of course. And here at the station, I need to buy a bus pass and then figure out how to get to these 7 houses. So let's go do some more exploring. But this is the man called Uncle who loved all children. So he was known for that. And this is a natural hand bath. So I will say that figuring out the bus system here is not as easy as figuring out the train system, because the stops are not numbered the way they are in Google. You have to look at all these little signs. But with a little bit of help, I finally found the one I need to take to get to the 7 Hells. I've still got a while before I get there, but you know, it's all part of the adventure. All right, I am at the section of the 7 house. And so we're going to explore as I drop the ticket. Because, you know, I can never do anything perfect. Here are the tropical water lilies. And I'm telling you guys that it is a very strong smell of sulfur. And it's not bad. I mean, it's all the mineral. It's quite pretty here. And with this town, you know, being on the onsen or the hot spring, there's a ton of steam everywhere. It's so crazy to see, but at the same time, I absolutely love it. This is the Umijiko, otherwise known as the sea hell. It gets its name because of the beautiful blue color, like the ocean that it is. And that's created by the chemicals that's in the water. Now, obviously, you can't go in this water. It is, I believe, close to 200 degrees Celsius. Gotta love that sulfur smell. But it's so pretty to see. Guys, I'm telling you, this is so cool to see, to know that this is just natural. I mean, this isn't man-made or anything. This is done by nature. These beautiful rocks here. Get a different view. There's a little, it looks like a shrine. And then there are these beautiful hydrangeas. But yeah, that is the sea hell. And you can see kind of we're in the mountains a little bit here in the hills. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, this is an egg that was boiled in the steam of the hell. And it is a local delicacy. People eat this all the time, and they say it gives them health and everything like that. So we're gonna try one. All right. So I know it's just a simple hard-boiled egg, but with a little bit of salt, it's actually really delicious, and it tastes slightly different than if I'd hard-boiled it at home. For 150 yen, which is less than $1, this is a really good deal. All right, this is our next hot spring, and you'll notice that it is more of a red color. This is the Chinakoe Jikoku. The boiled clay is red, and that's what gives it the red color. Its temperature is 78 degrees Celsius, which in Fahrenheit is, let's see, 78, so 172 degrees. Man, that is hot. You definitely don't want to go in that. But it is so cool. Again, it's still got that strong sulfur smell, but it's that pretty red brown. This is a free foot bath that you can use to rest your feet It's got water from the hot springs in it with the minerals and the temperature. I'm gonna use it myself in just a minute. All right, we're going up to our next hell, which is the Onishi no Yu hell. Oh, look at this. So that's where they're boiling the eggs. And I'm definitely gonna get the hell steamed pudding. And I got some desserts already, but I might get some more. Yeah, up this way we go. Because I gotta try all the different things that you can only get here in the hot springs towns. All right, here it is. It's got that kind of gray, white clay that's just bubbling up. I've heard this called the bald man's hell because they say it looks like a man's bald head when it bubbles up. Let's see. Let's check out. That's the bigger book. Here's the smaller. So let me see. This is the hot gray mud boiling in large and small smears is said to resemble shaved heads, and it is called Onishi Bozo Giko after the name of the place, Onishi. The temperature is 99 degrees Celsius. 99 degrees. So let's see. That's gotta be, oh, definitely over 200. Let me see. $210 degrees Fahrenheit. Man, that's hot. Here's some additional kind of hot spring boiling water. Here's another foot bath you can use. I'm probably not since I just got done using one. Oh, all of these things are so cool. I said all of these things are so cool. Alright, this is a hell steamed pudding. So they actually steam it in the hot springs. I've gone to the side like I showed you. And we're gonna try it. Let's get some. It's not bad. It's different from the puddings that I had when I was in like Tokyo or Osaka. It does have a slightly different flavor. I wonder if that's from the minerals in the steam. But it's not bad. It's pretty sweet. Really good. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. All right, we are now walking to the next area home. It's about a 5-minute walk, which is okay. It's worth it in my personal opinion to see all these things. All right, here is the Komodo Jigaku.
In Beppu, you can find Xavier, the most popular sweet for over 50 years, and try Tension Bay, which has the taste of oyster soul, strawberry, and rice crackers, and easy jam with easy color inside.
Definitely gotta give these some shot. Some beautiful flowers. of this is colored like that because of all the different clay and muds that are in the pond. And you can see a little bit of the bubbling right there. There's a small little shrine. Here's some of the silica that you can find. And here's the Kamado Giku. So it's all the different rocks and the silica with the steam coming out of it. It's 100 degrees Celsius, which means it'd be about probably 215, 220. You don't want to get too close to it because you can definitely get burned. Here's another part of the hot spring that's kind of got that white, light blue color. Okay, here for 10 yen, you can drink a cup of the hot water. And they say it's good for your health, so I don't see. Oh, here's where you put the money. 1 paper cup. And it's 80 degrees Celsius. So it's nice and hot. I'm gonna get a little bit of it. There's my cup. We're gonna let it cool down a few minutes before I even think to touch it.
Oh, wait, you have to pay.
It's definitely warm. Okay, it's got a very weird flavor. Oh, not for me. I know it supposedly has health benefits, but I'll skip the benefits. Here you can bathe your face in the steam. Feels good, lots of sulfur, moisturizing the skin, and I'm already sweating as it is, but just to add to it. Alright, supposedly this pond here, they call it the Mystery of the Fourth District. The pond was formed by various types of clay erupting from underground along with the hot spring water. The thick brown clay solidified, naturally creating its current shape. So yeah, this is all just from clay erupting and then becoming solid and creating this pond where it continues to bubble. This is so cool, and they say that when it rains really heavily, it actually turns to a darker green color, and then after a few days, the pH will fix back up, and it goes back to this pale blue color. I like this little bamboo pipe. And just so much steam and heat, and here's some more bubbling mud. The next stop, and it's the Crocodile Hell, otherwise known as the Onya Giku. So these are the hot springs that host a lot of different crocodiles. So yes, Oniyama Giku Crocodile Park. Let me get my ticket real quick. Look at the bubbling water. It's gorgeous. Now that you could swim in it because it's 99 degrees Celsius, which means it's over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, but it looks like you could, like in the color-wise and the bubbling. Looks like a pretty hot tub. So in this one, the force of the steam is so strong that about 1.5 train cars can be pulled by its pressure, and it creates ideal conditions for breeding crocodiles. I think that's really cool. Let's see where we can actually see said crocodiles. I haven't seen any yet in the steam and hot springs, but that doesn't mean they're not there. There, you see the crocodile right there in the murky water? Sitting in the hot steam, taking his little bath. And then there's more over here. That one there has his mouth open, I guess, trying to cool himself. And this one's just laying here, which I would be too. And there's another big one right there. And there's one right over there. They almost, I know they're not fossils and stuff, but they definitely look like fossilized dinosaurs. Looking at them, they're crazy. This one's so big. I would not want to meet them in the wild. We're going to our next one. I believe it is our 5th, because there are 7. And I'm not sure if I go this way or that way. I feel like I go that way. That's the one thing, trying to figure out all the directions in these little towns. And watching out for the cars, of course. This is the famous gold leaf soft serve. I don't intend to get it because I don't need gold on my ice cream. They also have shaved ice and dongos. And here's another little stand with some things. Ooh, I might have to stop off there for a fruit soda. This is the Shirakai Gigoku The hot springs water is color and transparent bliss when it initially appears, but when it falls into the pond, it naturally exhibits a bluish-white color due to the decreasing temperature and pressure. It is used for breeding a variety of sizable tropical fish in the park. The temperature is 95 degrees Celsius, and it is a borate salt spring. So it's a bit different. Get this stamp in a minute. Stunning on the grounds here. Some of the tropical fish that they have here in the hot springs. It is definitely a hot springs paradise here. This is an alligator gar and a red-tailed catfish. And a little turtle. Oh. I'm not sure what that is. It's quite big. Polisima and albino polisima are what these fish are. Alright, when walking between all the different hills, I found this cute little cafe called 50 Cafe, and they had a lunch pasta set that looked really interesting. And since it's my birthday, I figured one of my meals had to be pasta, because it's my favorite. So this is the organic tomato and sausage pasta, and then it came with this pickled vegetable salad with some white vinegar dressing, and I got a tea with it. Yes, I know it's not technically Japanese food yet, and I will be having more, don't worry. But I'm hungry. This was close by, and it's one of my favorite meals, and so why not? I mean, when else should you get your favorite food but on your birthday? So let's try this salad first. Set. That is a very fresh salad. The dressing is your typical, almost Italian style vinaigrette. Super delicious. And it's got the different pickled veggies. Absolutely delicious. This salad, I'm sorry. For me, it is a 5 out of 5 salad. It is your classic summer salad. But let's try this pasta. I'm struggling here to spin it. Okay, get a little bit of the pasta with some sausage. The pasta has the rich tomato flavor, not too sweet, good little tang. The sausage is very savory, rich in seasoning. I'm sorry, I know it may be a simple meal, but it is a 5 out of 5 for me. I am very happy for my first full meal on my birthday outside of breakfast. All right, this is the next one. It is Chicago. I didn't actually want to go to this one first. I wanted to go to the other one first, but they said to come here. The geyser wasn't for like half an hour, even though I'd wanted to go to get some juice and all that and just kind of relax and then come back to this one later. I'll do this one first. Because you know me, I do what I'm supposed to. All right. This is the Chinyoki Jiguko. It is boiled clay, including the femoral, which is red. It is the oldest natural jiguko in Japan, described as the lit red hot spring. The red clay used here makes chinokuri neko, which is effective against skin diseases. And the temperature is 78 degrees Celsius, so that's about, I think I said 150, 160. I will definitely have to get some of the skin cream. It's so cool though, just looking at it. And this is the final L, or jiguko. This is the sumeken, I believe is how you pronounce it. No, it's satsumaki. The geyser is a national monument. Gushes hot water and formaldehyde at regular intervals between eruptions compared to other notable geysers in the world. Its temperature is 105 degrees Celsius. Alright, while I'm sitting here at the hot spring, I decided to try two regional specialty drinks. One is the Tanatsu
tangerine. It is a local tangerine. That is very, very sour and tart, but in a good way. That's right up my alley. I give it a 5 out of 5. Incredibly sour and refreshing. I love it. If you don't like sour stuff, though, you wouldn't like it. You would probably want something sweeter. And then the other one that I got is a special called a Kubuso soda. I believe it's made with a type of lime. Also tart. You can definitely taste the lime. Also a 5 out of 5. Right up my alley for something that I like. Alright, it's time for my next birthday snack. This is chicken torten, which is a tempura chicken. It is a specialty of this area. And this is a plum soda. So let's give it a shot. That is really good. It is crunchy on the outside. It is salty because it's a salt tempura. Oh my God. This is some of the best chicken I've ever had. This is an absolute 5 out of 5. Perfect treat. Although you didn't just see me drop it from my chopsticks. And to go with it, I got a plum soda, because that's a specialty of the area. It's sweet, tangy, tiny little bit of salt as well. I think that's a 4 out of 5, but it's really good. Goes great with the chicken, the tangerine juice, the cocoa, and everything I've had so far here in Beppu has been phenomenal. Like, this is an amazing birthday, and there's still more to come. All right, this is my room at the Super Hotel Beppu station, Ekime. It's about the same as my other ones. It's got a little bit of space. Right as you enter, you have a mirror here, and then of course your slippers and a shoehorn to help you put your shoes on, because you take them off here. And there's the slippers. Here's the bathroom. So you've got a sink, your toilet, your washlet, and then your unit bath. I actually won't be using this one because the hotel has a public hot springs, which is why I came to Beppu, so I'll be using that. And then you got your good double-sized bed, which I really do like Super Hotel, and I got my favorite pillow again. I love the green, and got my pajamas. And just like all my other hotels, I am the top floor, end of the hallway corner. I've got this amazing view, though, of the ocean and the tower and some of the shopping around me, and then the station's on the opposite side. So, yeah. And then, of course, the room has a little mini fridge right here. Your kettle, your cups and glasses. Your hair dryer, the Salonia, which most of them use. This is actually something different. I think this is the mirror. Yep, little side mirror for when you're doing your hair and all that. It does have a TV, of course, and then another mirror to make the room look a little bit bigger. And some instructions if you need them. Tissues, remote, air conditioner, which reminds me I need to get the air conditioner on. And get it down. So there we go on that. For my amenities, you get 5. And so I picked out a body towel. So when I go to the public bath, I picked out a vitamin C face mask, a vitamin C serum, and a skin control lotion. And then they said that these are to help you sleep. They're like a papaya supplement. So I'm going to try those tonight. Now, with the public bath, the women's bath is actually locked, so only women can use it, and you have to have a specific code. So I have a code here that when I go in to use it, I will use that so that it's nice and safe. And then, of course, you know, I've got my code to get into my room. But yeah, the welcome bar for non-alcoholic drinks is already open. You know, juices, sodas, things like that. And then at 6 is when they do the free alcohol, so I'll definitely go down for that. I'm just gonna relax a little bit, kind of figure out what I want to do for dinner tonight. And there was a really cool restaurant across the street that might be like a Cascade type style, and so I might do that. It was a little pricey, but again, it's my birthday, why not? But yeah, I love super hotels. I'll show you some more of the amenities later today, and of course the breakfast in the morning. All right, I'm taking a bit of a break, just kind of to rest and cool down and everything because it is really, really hot. And there is a little pastry shop next to my hotel that carries financiers and other cakes, including the Kabasu lime, which is a specialty lime here in Oeda and Beppu. So I got a few different pastries to try that have that flavor, and then just a few other things. So the first thing I got to try is this Kabasu financier. So a financier is a type of pastry cake. It's a little dense, kind of similar to maybe like a sponge cake, but it looks like this. Very dense, not too sweet, and you can get a good little taste of the lime in there. I like that. 3.5 out of 5 for dessert taste. Not a 5, but it's really good. And it was like, I think 150, 160 yen. It's like $2 maybe. If you like them, you can get bigger boxes. But I wanted to try more than one thing, so I went for the smaller. The next thing I got to try is this. And it's another little type pastry. I think it might be the kabasu, but it could also be matcha. I'm kind of playing roulette with some of these things because not everything was labeled. And so I just took stuff that looked good. That's kind of something I've been doing a lot on this trip. Just kind of grabbing something that looks decent, whether I actually know what it is or not. Sorry, I'm struggling to get it open. Because I don't always... My phone's been acting up. Ever since it updated to the new iOS 18, like 5 something, my camera will work for a few minutes and then it stops working. And so using Google Translate has been really challenging. And same thing with doing things. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear. Well, it's matcha, not lime, but it's not bad. It's very, very crumbly, very dense. Not exactly what I was expecting, but it's not bad. It's about a 3 out of 5 taste-wise. It's not super sweet, but it's not bitter or anything like that. It's just kind of there. Not bad, though. For my birthday dinner, I kind of struggled to find what I wanted to eat, but there's a roller host about a couple blocks down from my hotel, so I decided to come here, and I got kind of a smorgasbord. So this is the chef salad for foodies. It's got some avocado, some shrimp, some chicken, some potatoes, an egg, an onion dressing, and some cheese. And then I got a couple of lobster tails. I got some lobster bisque, and I also have a parfait dessert coming. But this was just kind of what sounded good to me today, after everything else I'd already eaten. So let's try this salad. Okay, I'm gonna get a few little bites. That is really good. The dressing has some tang. The lettuce, of course, has some crunch, and I like the different types of vegetables. This salad gets a 4 out of 5. All right, let's try my lobster tail. So it's already got a little bit of butter grilled on it, but I'm gonna add some lemon. So just add some lemon. And this is a kind of a Japanese spiny lobster, so it's a little different than what we're used to, you know. It's still really good. Very tender, sweet, not quite too buttery, but I like it with the lemon. That's a really good lobster. And while I'm at it, might as well try the lobster bisque. It's got a lot of cream. That's very good. So I give both the lobsters 3.5 out of 5s. And here is my birthday dessert. It is the caramel nut brulee parfait sundae. And I mean, it looks phenomenal. So there's some banana, there's the pecans, and of course the burnt sugar, and some pudding. Well, this is something different than what I would normally order. It's really good. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. It's got a really good mix of flavors, textures, consistency. I actually really like this.